Hey everyone, happy Father's Day, if it's still Father's Day. Welcome to Headline Stream. We've been talking about Vegas for so long, opening and everything, and we don't know what's going on there. So I messaged my friend Shawn, who's been out grinding there, and I said, all right, the first big news for Vegas is more poker rooms are open. Bellagio opened. Shawn, did you get a chance to visit Bellagio?
Actually, I did not get the chance to get over to Bellagio, but they are running six-handed. They have the plexiglass screens up, and they're the only room right now that is six-handed in Las Vegas because of the plexiglass.
Yeah, so can I just add, so that was news on our end. There was an email and an announcement from the Nevada Gaming Board that came out Wednesday that said if you do have plexiglass, then you're allowed to run six-handed games. And then also they changed the rule on the face mask, making it mandatory for anyone playing a table game to then therefore have a mask on.
Right, that's interesting. I was actually out playing another table game Wednesday night, Thursday night at midnight, and they were warning everybody about 11 o'clock that they would put it into effect at midnight. And so a few people refused, and they were actually asked to leave. As far as the mask, though, it is mandatory at all table games, including poker.
Okay, so walking around, because it seems that you were doing a tour of Vegas, which casino was the busiest, or were they all the same, had the same amount of traffic?
You know what? I would say Venetian was pretty busy. Caesar's Palace was pretty busy. Downtown seemed like I was down there on, like I said, Wednesday, and it seemed like almost a normal Wednesday night.
So SAHARA just reopened too, right?
SAHARA did open.
They've got a $4 max rate, I read. But they're not open 24 hours. Bellagio's open 24 hours. They're only open from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. What are they? Like, are the seniors staying home? Like, because they're more COVID risk or what?
No. I think it's pretty close to normal. On a side note, though, if you are thinking about coming out, the games right now are just super, super soft.
I think it'll too be an adjustment for a lot of players that just don't know how to play shorthanded. So I think they'll probably making a lot of mistakes.
So we had an interesting question from Kai Wildcat Ogre. They're asking, are very many folks still flying into Vegas right now?
At the table, it seemed like there were either locals or California coming up from Southern California for the most part.
Right. I lost one of the comments, but I forget who asked, but they're asking about the masks. And are there more tells now at the table because people are wearing masks?
Ooh.
Just to be honest
should
with
I
you.
write a book on mask tells and get it on the market right away, you guys? Okay, so Ida Hoagie mentioned that he wrote an article about smoking casinos, and I'm totally pro. Marina did, and I talked about this on week one, that I was really hoping that when the casinos reopened, that they wouldn't allow any smoking. But then we saw that they were allowing smoking, and we saw that gross video of that guy smoking in the mask, taking it off, putting the mask
Park MGM is completely non-smoking.
Jeff Madison, who has won Player of the Series before, made a joke about what approved devices will you be using to cheat. Yeah, I wonder if we'll have any scandals this year.
So what's your first concern when you think cheating and online?
So information sharing and ghosting, I think, are going to happen no matter what. Like there's just no way that that's not going to happen. I just can't imagine that not happening. Multi-accounting, I think the sites seem to have a pretty good idea of how to check that nowadays.
I think the software out there is very smart. So, you definitely need to find workarounds if you're planning to do this. HUDs, should they be allowed? Should they not be allowed? Party Poker doesn't allow them anymore. GG Poker does not allow third-party HUDs.
Yeah, they have their
but
own
they
weird
apparently
one.
Exactly, PokerCraft. So you have some of the information available to you.
Maureen, wasn't it you that posted which is a form of cheating, and most of them thought using a HUD was a form of cheating?
Yes, and that really surprised me. And that's when I, said, like, time out, ladies. Do you know what a HUD is? Let's make sure we understand what it is before we say it's cheating or not. And then the argument also in the ladies group is that they're expensive and out of reach for most recreational players. So if only the pros can afford HUDs and not the recreational players, then it doesn't have a level playing field for everyone.
Yeah, that's true. So then GG should have no problem with on that argument, right? If it's built in.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
But that I think that brings us to this video. It shows this guy, what he's done is he's connected two computers via cloud, so that one is he's playing live poker on, and this is an example of him playing actually on GG. He has examples of him playing on all the sites, Party, PokerStars, and right beside it has his real-time advice poker software.
So basically solving the game live for him.
And it's only $300 lifetime, guys. So this is cheaper than your HUD probably. Even though it's really cheap, don't do it, not just because it's cheating, but I don't trust this person. You're sending your cards to a cloud server. I have no doubt in my mind that he is capable of seeing your cards.
Yeah. And that was Patrick Leonard. He's known as Pads Poker on Twitter. That's the one who started posting about this gentleman. So should we be very concerned about playing online if we know that some players are using these programs, if we know that there's flaws in the security for these online sites? Or do we just play and wait for a situation to happen to us, and then hopefully the fraud department will pick it up?
I think you have to play because there isn't another solution right now, right? If you lived in a place like I do where I can play, would you be comfortable playing?
I think so. And I wanted to go into WSOP.com to look at satellites into the events, to look at structures, everything. They're not even letting me retrieve my password, WSOP.com, because I am not in Nevada or New Jersey, and they know that. Also, with PokerStars, it catches me with EQUILAB. If I'm studying EQUILAB before, forget to turn it off when I move on to my PlayMoney League games. This is PlayMoney we're talking about,
funny.
Not even real money. Yeah, and if you go back to the graphic about the PokerStars numbers, I think it comes down to less than 1% of accounts have had cheating activity.
So tell us about Kings. Had their first real turn, what would you say, first tournament back, or what would you say?
Yeah, their first tournament series. So they're playing, their buffet is now open, all their hotels are open, the restaurant on site's open. So basically it's business as normal there. You can see in the picture it was totally full, totally packed. There's no mask requirement anymore. You do see on the live stream some dealers wearing a mask, but that's a personal preference. It's no longer mandated by the casino. Kings is having new series every week. The next biggest series is their anniversary series, followed by the Baltic series. And I think a good sign about Kings is that on all these flyers, they're advertising main event Europe seats.
One last thing I wanted to get everyone to congratulate Maureen because she won an award last night, well deserved, for her poker media, because she's so great at reading sources and finding interesting things to talk about. And so I'm glad that you were actually honored with that.
Thank you so much. So it was actually presented by the Women's Poker Association. I was waiting for the write-up about it because I forget the official title of the exact award I won. I think it was Excellence in Media Award. But yeah, I was quite surprised to get it and honored to receive it.
But thank you so much for joining us, and we love your conversation and making us think. And even if you don't agree with us, we like hearing your points of view. Again, congratulations on your award. We're going to be here again next week, so make sure you send us tweets or anything that you want to discuss or any interesting articles that you've read about.
Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in.
Bye. Good night. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Twitch chat made me do it.